After you, now you.
Thanks to ASN security that discover about 5 truckload with Fulani, the herdsmen try to go to Olu to go and do their usual business, the business of destruction and murder. If not for ASN, these people will have sneaked in again and they will have perpetrated their evil before we call dark robbers or even dominate that area again. So now that ASN is now calling on OP Sodima to look into this thing, what do you have to say to this, Mr. Chinedu?
A direct attack on Ozodema by the ESN there, and on the sending him the final warning of what is to come in Olo and Awo precisely in Imo State. And that is why we are reporting this live for you to understand that the network of ESN has continued to spread. And the purpose of establishing that security network was to tame and handle the issue of jihadist attacks, in our farmlands, in our communities, and it has been ongoing, and the government of the Eastern Nigeria for now knows very well that they cannot be able to stop it anymore. Yes, they are not contributing to the support of ESN, but people who are sacrificing their hard-earned money to keep ESN working should be celebrated. Much kudos to Mazi, the IPOB, the Supreme Leader himself, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It shall be well with you for discovering and rediscovering and reawakening our consciousness to the reality on ground. Not only to the Biafrans alone, to the Hausas too. I can see the reaction coming from the Hausa youth. I can see, so to an extent, the impact of illumination of in the Yoruba land. Yes, you can see the young band that was singing about you, talking about you. Some of them are even are even saying, I'm begging you for forgiveness. You can watch it on this video. But direct to Hope Uzodinma. Who is Hope Uzodinma at the first place, and what is the purpose of having Hope Uzodinma as governor of that state? I forget the recent statement where he came and shot himself on the leg. This time around, it is no longer going to be that. The Olo and the Awo communities in Imo State is setting up in a structure, and that was the instruction of the ESN squad leaders who has taken up that there will be no any side, there will be no atom of any space, of Fulani, suspected Islamic jihadists in the east, in any forest in Imo State. They have taken at that and they have spread their intelligence network, and that one caught the over 5 trucks loaded with these people, and they covered them, and sometimes you begin to wonder, these guys, don't they breathe? Don't they look for, they will just cover them and see them in a particular truck, and you see them.
I wonder, woman be like,
yes, and when you open this, you wonder, where did these guys get oxygen? How did they breathe?
Okay.
So it will tell you, the extent of the agenda that's already. Sometimes you wonder, the army cannot tell us they don't have that intelligence, the police cannot tell us that they don't have that intelligence, but because they are there and they know that the governors they put there has already agreed on a certain platform, on a certain agenda, and that's why they made them governors respectively. And you can see all of them are looking the other direction. A whole chief security officer of a state does not know that jihadists inside trailer loaded is invading this particular community state until the ESN and flag it down and shut down everybody, and that was the beginning of what happens next. So the instruction is that there will be no more space for anything. Even those Hopos that are trying to camp somewhere, they smashed the place, destroy everything in that angle, and they are still running to Meiti Allah. That's the problem, and through their caliphate structure to make sure that you see Hopos of them, your mission is failing. Our mission is failing, and we are going to hold you responsible. You've not been able to fulfill your mission. And what's the mission? Allow the IDP camp to develop a Ruga. You see, why they say
come in the name of IDP camp?
Yes. When they now bring it, they say it's IDP camp. Is that then you will not allocate forest to them. From there, they start developing to Ruga, and that is what ESN has moved to in action completely. There's a massive, reawakening among Imo State youths now, and all of them are moving with whether armed or not armed, suicide mission, whatever they see there. But you must not stay in Imo State. Those suspected Islamic jihadis that were flagged down, all of them, none of them escaped. All of them were arrested, and they are heading to Imo River straight away. We don't know what is going to happen at the end of the day. You understand? But if it is where IDP camp, opposed to the mass IDP camp, maybe they will take us to
the Imo River.
Yes, they will take us to where the also opposed to the mass ID camp is, and that's what most of them are saying. They are reported anyway that when they get to that direction, then they will discover whether that's there where the IDP camp is, or they are doing something else. Yes. Nigeria deserve to know. The people deserve to know. It is the same thing is happening in Abraka. The same thing is happening. If you watch that video clearly, they said after they have conquered Enugu, the next target is Port Harcourt. And you can see nobody is talking anything. Everybody just keep quiet. Should you be this one? I mean, I don't understand how, in the absence of Simon Ekpa and everything, even though we know that what Simon Ekpa is going through now was as a result of the same people, using their Arab connections all over the world, around the world, and to make sure, even to an extent, using the president himself, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You can see when he instructed the Finnish ambassador in Nigeria to see how they're going to arrest Simon Ekpa. You can imagine. Okay, let us say he's even the one causing the havoc in the eastern. Then what is happening now? People are still dying in their farms. People are being killed, and these people are still claiming responsibility in our own indigenous land.
Let's talk about the issue of ESN and the Ebubeago. Why can't these two bodies work together to protect people of their area? Because I think the purpose of the two is to protect the indigenous and the forest. Why this disparity?
You see, that is what is causing a lot of problem. This one we saw recently in Anambra State under Governor Soludo. These are the suspected embargo, and of course those who do not like the activities of having a pro-government Fulani embargo. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is pro-government Fulani Ebubago. I remember there was a report sometime, that Umahi and Buhari, deliberately formed those things to stabilize the southeastern part of the country. There was a special report
not about to protection,
yes,
about destabilization.
It was a deliberate act. They created it. The Fulani agenda created that Ebubago to checkmate the presence of IPOB and ESN against their own people. And that's why I'm saying that the repentant Boko Haram people has been moved to the eastern part of the country. Repentant Boko Haram from the army has been moved in there.
Repentant Boko Haram.
Yes. So when they see those people now in their uniform, you think they are Nigerian soldiers. They are not Nigerian soldiers. These are repentant Fulani. It's another strategy to continue to mold down the Igbo youths, the Biafran, to continue to kill them under the guys that are wearing Nigerian military uniform. These guys, but the ESN and of course the intelligence has keep on unveiling them on daily basis, and to an extent they're surprised. So when they saw that this thing cannot no longer hold waters anymore, their secret has been exposed, they begin to see how they're going to put form one allegation against Simon Ekpa, do one or two things. But look at it, in no distant time now, Simon Ekpa will be freed. And we are going to see an advanced network. We are going to see an advanced solidarity. We are going to see a lot of things building up, towards, separating ourselves from Nigeria. That's the fact, because our people cannot continue to die under pretense of one unity or the other. Now, let me give you an instance. For example, like somebody will always say, what is it that Nigerians can give the Biafrans that Biafrans cannot give themselves?
That cannot give themselves.
So what is the basis of this unity that Nigerians are dying every day, pretending that it is insecurity? Why? If government cannot do anything, they say defend themselves, and he said they have compromised. The governors in Nigeria have compromised. they have succumbed because they just are there to line up their pockets against the protection of the people who called them to come and serve them, at the detriment of their own tax, of their own hard-earned money, contributing, paying tax on daily basis, and there was nothing to celebrate about it. So Hope Uzodinma now has been put on the radar completely by the ESN, and I can tell you, the remaining locations has been unfurled, and they have been sent back to where they come from. I think that was the instruction. Move to where you come from. Move to Funta Jalon. That is where you belong. Move to wherever. This plan to allocate land to them through IDP camps has finally collapsed.
And what do you think our president should do in the midst of all this brouhaha that we are facing? Fulani want to hijack. Is our president not aware of it, or he just try to play the ostrich insensitivity? What do you have to say about that?
So his reaction and the quietness, the grave calm that followed when but it happened. And the response of Professor Akintoye, the pro-Odua activist, made it very clear that over 60,000 Yorubas has been murdered by these people. I think that was what triggered Akeredolu, the late Akeredolu, former governor, to insist, even though some of them were kicking against it, he insisted that no, this thing, Omoteku must come to place. So he cannot tell me that the president is not aware. He can't tell me that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not aware. He can't tell me that these guys does not understand how they were able to shoot themselves on the leg just because they want to remove somebody by violence, and they continued an agenda. Or it's a very clear thing. He knows. He knows what is happening, and somebody who has benefited from a fractured system will be ashamed of himself, unless it's somebody with a brave, ambitious mind on earth to able to stand the challenge and said, yes, I've made mistake. I can no longer be part of this arrangement. Yes, the prodigal son once repented, and we saw it. Then why is it that this thing has lingered since 1953 till now? It's because they will not be able to overwhelm the Biafrans. As simple as that. And the target has always been them. So when you see this thing, it has gotten to the extent that they are now planting governors, because it is difficult. They are planting senators in this southern part of the country. It is dangerous. Who are going to raise the issue right there at the NEC meeting, at the federal NEC meeting? Who is going to talk about it?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian. Simon Ekpa get people that are lobbying for Biafra, and it is a plus. The way Simon Ekpa is going international, and it seems he's making this agitation a serious international issue by employing international lobbyists to make sure that Biafra is recognized at the world stage. Let's get a reaction. Now, thank you for that wonderful question. The anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times, that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojukwu fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, Mazen Mikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Simon Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of Fulanis and that of the Southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Simon Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Samonepa and Nnamdi Kanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Samonepa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible. And when the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also
Should the government, should the Nigerian government be worried about this?
Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Samonepa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? So a particular tribe, a major tribe, to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the Hausa man would now dominate virtually every government perspective in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Igbo man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angwabula said. He said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country. And we know it. We know it. I know it too. And every normal man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If a Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that Ojukwu have foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this Biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Igbo men are even tired of the system called Nigeria, just because they feel their brother is still in president. Now, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing the Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That I am very certain of. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away from the presidency, already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there is a plot, and then the big shots in the north are forming alliance. You know it. RFI, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can
can take that factor. What NFI did, or I see that made President Tinubu emerge as the president via his own influence. And then we have also the likes of Ango Angulai, which is the chairman of the Northern Order Forum. He said post that election that the Northern Order Forum supported Tinubu, but come 2027, Tinubu will not get their support. So what does that mean? Now so now if the average left person is not giving the vote, now where will they get the vote? It just come by 2027. The same thing the universe have tagged the votes for. Now they will be the master mind of it, because I can bet you by 2027 Yoruba will stop. And that's the slogan that will continue to trend, is that we are tired of the country, we want to follow the suit of the government and exit the country. And then the government now will not take them, tag them for being unserious, because now that the government is championing for the exit, we are saying the government is not serious. There are claims that the government is not serious, but I can bet you when the system will also catch up with you, then you will know why the government has been championing to exit. Thank you for always coming.